Okay, Volvo Amazon, the car that the owner calls Lazarus. I put an air conditioning unit in this car. See if you can see. Try to turn it into the light as best I can. This system is sold through Southern Rods. They sell a lot of street rod parts. And this is their slimline kit, and it's only air conditioning without the heat, which is really good in these cars. That way you can just keep your original heater box over there. You don't need heat and air like a lot of these systems, these underdash systems have. This fit in this car beautifully. There's your battery box. This is the inside, of course. There's your battery box, and then from the blower, here you can see from your blower motor out, to where your vent tubes, perfect distance, to line up your vents. I bought the rectangular vents, and then of course here's your switches, and then there's a vent all the way over there. So it's not as intrusive as the original FrigiKing that's in these. I have one in my blue car, and it sits right in the center, which is kind of gets in the way of your knees and the shifter. Of course, after time, your motor mounts start to kind of get soft and decay, and everything kind of, I guess, moves forward, which makes it even harder yet to shift it. But yeah, I made a few mounts up out of some aluminum. It's two pieces, one top, and I used some Tech screws. And where that gets screwed is up into that channel, and the Tech screws, you don't see them outside because they go into the hollow area of the car, so it doesn't bother anything. But it just goes right tight up against where the drop down there in that tube is. Then I made another one that went in underneath, and over on that side you have to bend it up a little bit to get it to pass by some things, and then it just bolts right to your original box, or the box you buy from Southern Rods. And I put the drain tube down over, and let me pull this down here a little bit, right out through the side of the trans tunnel hump, so it's up and out of the way. All the fittings for this come out perfectly to that side, and then the AC tubes run across the back of the heater, and then just right up where they normally would go out from the factory location. So it's real clean. Of course, your wiring, I'm gonna tie that up nicer. But from looking in the car, get up out of here. Okay, from looking at the car, from the rider's position here, that's all you see. You see a little bit of the tubing here, and a little over there, but it's real clean and up and out of the way. And I had it running, it blows cold. It's a really nice system. It comes with all the hardware. It comes with all the your AC lines, all your fittings. Of course, that's your stock location where you have to drill your holes. You get a compressor now, and you get everything. You get your evaporator, you get everything. Your dryer. The mount for this B18, B20 setup you can buy through a guy named Robert Foltz. He sells air conditioning mounts. He sells these idler mounts. This is not one of his. This was a stock one that I had, but you can get them. He gives you a lot of information on the things you have to do. You have to get a double pulley for the bottom to run it, because yours will be a single on a car that had no air. And if you do have air and you have all this stuff, you're lucky. You can get rid of that big ugly York compressor that eats up a lot of power. This car, when you pull this on, now this is an automatic car, you don't you don't even really feel it when it's kicking in and out. Now my 4-speed car with the overdrive, you feel a little bit of an impact when the compressor comes in and out, just slight. You can tell when it kicks in and out. This car with the automatic, it kind of takes that away. Okay. You will also, on the kit, they will give you a condenser, but you don't want their condenser because it's too big in their kit, so just delete it. It comes off the price. And this is one that Robert Foltz tells you to buy, and I forget the number on it up there, but it comes from a company for, I think I paid like 90 bucks for it. I mean, it fits perfectly in this car. That way you don't have to try to locate an old one, you know, of course, and it gives you all the modern fittings and everything. But I didn't have to buy anything extra to do this AC in this car, except for, of course, you know, this and your mounts. But everything for the kit, all your hoses, all your fittings, your electric, everything is in that kit. And it's beautiful the way it's done. See if you can see down here the way I ran the fittings out of the condenser. Through the top and then down the bottom. It's just direct in. Now I loop my hoses on these around. That way if you have to take this compressor away to do the motor, you don't have to drain everything. This thing will just fold right up out of the way. And also by doing this, it gives everything more room to wobble back and forth. If you go direct, you know, from like here direct in, it's a little harder on all the fittings and everything. Plus it doesn't give you much room to move everything if you need to. So that is the air conditioning in an Amazon. Okay. This car will be leaving my house here in Pennsylvania, and they're going to drive it to Texas. I put about 200 miles on it here local just to work out some little bugs and just go over everything. But beautiful car. Okay, thanks for watching.